So it is old year's night, December 31st. It is the end of 2023. And I thought it would be fun to recap on my favourite most ADHD thing entries of the year. Thank you to everyone who has humoured me and got on board with this shame eradication. It really is a very, very special thing. So I created this segment of the podcast to unite us all in the ridiculous things that we all do, into the capers and mishaps that ADHD and the symptoms of ADHD can get us into. So I actually had somebody say to me yesterday, well, that's not ADHD. Why is it a most ADHD thing? It's just a thing. It's just a thing that everybody does. It's like, well, no, not if you have ADHD. So Nicole Nadler, in her Edinburgh Fringe show, always uses the example of, well, I lose my glasses. Do I have ADHD? And she replies, do you have 6 pairs? Because she literally is always late or running out the door without a migraine, not being able to see because she can't find her glasses. So she has 6 pairs in the same prescription. So much like that, these are things that anybody could do. But when you do them all the time and they are particularly ridiculous and having an impact on your life and relationships and work, that's what makes them the most ADHD thing. So there's no order to this. And I'll tell you the truth, I'm sat here with Big.
Hello.
We're sat here in bed. It's like in bed with Madonna, but not very sexy because it's just 2 goons.
And I'm not Madonna.
No, unfortunately not. So we're going to read through our favourite most ADHD things of the year. And I realise in doing this that actually my ADHD has done a number on me even in collating this list, because what I could have done is pick one from each month of the year.
Oh, yeah.
And instead, I've just hyper-focused for about 5 hours and we've got 50 million most ADHD things to share.
That's good.
One of the ones that I remember that sticks out as my favourite, I couldn't actually find. So I'm just going to have to tell it from memory. Shall we start?
Whoever that is maybe could say, yeah, that was me. But then loads of people will go, yeah, that was mine. Like, that when you find the fiver on the floor.
The else's most ADHD thing.
When someone finds money on the floor, is this anyone's? Yeah, that's mine. Yeah,
definitely.
I know the serial number.
So let's start. And obviously, again, this could have been put into categories of what they are, but that's far too organised for me. So this will be as chaotic as everything that I
Chaos
do.
Is king, I think.
Chaos is king. Embrace the chaos, as Ali said in the last episode. We're embracing the chaos. We're reading you this from bed. Big is making his podcast debut because he is the unsung hero. If Ali is the glue that holds ADHDAF together these last few weeks, then Big is the beating heart. It would not be happening without this man. So
fluttering heart.
Nobody's going to find this episode funny apart from us.
No, that's good.
Right, I don't even know what I did here, but let's just try and read it. Read that one, darling.
Shall I read this one?
Yeah.
Shall I say who it's from?
Oh, yeah, we could do that.
Because I always think it's nice to get a shout out.
Don't say shout out. Don't say
I feel like I'm on Going Live.
You are,
with Ed the Duck.
But luckily, so we're recording this on Zoom, but we had to turn the video off because we look so awful.
Well, not awful, just I haven't brushed my hair. So who's that? That's Glowing Lemon.
Yeah.
I rearranged my whole kitchen on Wednesday night. Instead of filling out my ADHD diagnosis papers, which were due on Thursday morning, did my papers on Thursday morning, took them to the psychiatrist, all crumpled up. Brackets, they'd been sitting on my sofa for a month. And she took one look at them and almost diagnosed me on the spot. Needless to say, hearing those words, well, I definitely think you have ADHD, was such an explanation for the last 30 odd years. Just a moment of relief. Now I can just be me and let go of so many things, so much anger and stress, and at least my kitchen is organised.
That's a double win,
That's a double win, yeah.
Yesterday at work, I was convinced that in February I'll be 48. After the chat about my age doubts started to appear in my mind, so I sent a message to my husband and he said I was 46. The thing is, I've been saying I'm 47 for a very long time. So you should just gain 2 years. It's great.
Yeah. This all happened within the space of 15 minutes. Dropped my wireless headphones in the toilet. kicked my pinky toe on the side of the bath. Ouch. Yeah. Instead of bringing my clothes from the bathroom, I brought the loo roll and put that on my bed. Found my dirty coffee mug in the pantry next to the tin tomatoes. Sorry, I'm laughing whilst reading. Am I still trying to convince myself that I haven't lost my mind?
You haven't lost your mind. We've all got it. We've all got it. It's the thing. So that is Tom.
I think it's TommyCamry.m. I did that recently. I put something, I think I tried to put the kettle in the fridge when you were away on tour.
Yeah.
I had the kettle in my hand, poured a cup of tea and put the kettle in the,
Well, you say that there's quite a lot of in the fridge stories. There could have been a whole category that's just in the fridge story. It seems to be some kind of like portal of a different world.
Do you remember in the 90s when everyone wasn't allowed to get in fridges because they had latches on them? It was like scary information videos on the BBC. Like, don't go in the electricity place because you'll explode. And then the other one was, if you see a chest freezer in the dump, don't get in it because you'll die. I'm sorry.
You shouldn't do that.
Shouldn't do it. Incidentally.
Okay, this one is from G's Louise with 2 eyes. The underwire of my bra was sticking out at work, so I took it out sneakily at my desk, as you do. Then got told to move somewhere else to do my admin, so I bundled everything together, put the underwire in a bag that was due to be sent to finance after I did the paperwork, with the intention of taking it back out once I was in the office and put it in the bin. I did my paperwork, shoved it in the envelope, and never took the underwire out. I sealed the bag up, ready to send to our finance team with the underwire still in. Fuck my life.
So someone got
a little surprise.
Strange surprise in their finance paperwork. Have you done the numbers for this month? Why is there an underwire in this folder? Mishiek 05. That's really bad. But forgetting I have ADHD and time blindness, so working like a person who needs neither rest nor water, and then bingo, launching headfirst into burnout.
I feel you. I feel you.
Good is it?
Earth bitch _ said, boiled an egg and then opened the cutlery drawer to get a little holder for it to stand in. Got distracted, couldn't find the egg, opened the cutlery drawer an hour later, and the egg was there. Surprise!
G. Killen PT says, I left the house without shoes. Nice, to the point, sharp, and cold-footed.
Jossie Jojo 84. On London buses, you pay with contactless and occasionally an inspectable board and check everyone's tapped in and paid. On Tuesday, I had a really busy day and had reached the daily price cap. On the last bus, I tapped on and then my phone died. I then proceeded to enter panic mode, worrying about the tiny potential of an inspector boarding. Then started imagining the conversation we'd have, running through a whole variety of scenarios, potential questions, defensive and apologetic answers I'd give. I missed my stop. I was so committed to my defense. These imaginary discussions got me really wound up. And walking back to where I should have disembarked, I was in a foul mood over the fact this imaginary inspector challenged me, and I had to have such an in-depth imaginary discussion about how I had paid for my journey, angry about something that didn't even happen, and knackered.
That imaginary ticket inspector was a complete bastard.
What a job's worth.
What a job.
I bet you told him what for, Jossie Joe.
But he had that they had really sort of sharply ironed clothes.
The book of _Brooke with an E on the end. I lost my engagement ring sometime between a fitness class one night and home. I always put it in my pocket of my water bottle case. I discovered it missing the next morning and I completely lost my shit.
Who emoji?
Ripped apart my bed, my car, my couch, my bags, checked the pocket it was supposed to be in at least 86 times.
God.
Naturally, I couldn't stay focused on looking and found myself distracted with cleaning up as I went along. Finally, I just sat down and cried. I'm getting married this year and the ring is literally perfect and my fiancé spent so much on it. I was feeling completely devastated. I was recently diagnosed with ADHD and I've been processing all the things that it has cost me. And all I could think was, add this to the list. I walked out of my bedroom to start my coffee, having given up, feeling completely defeated and thinking about how to tell my fiancé. And the ring was sitting on a couch cushion, out in the open, in plain view, right in the middle of the room. Don't even ask me how it got there.
That's a relief. It was me. It's my favourite hobby, that.
Stealing engagement rings.
Yeah. And I put them back places for people just to confuse them.
I'm going to read this one as well because I find it so personally relatable. Small Bohemian Ferret says, I cried because a task was too boring.
Wow,
Welcome to my world.
Yep.
The world of pathological boredom.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go, darling.
Oh my goodness me. La la bing bing says this one is a doozy. My friend gave me 7 boric acid pills that are meant to only be inserted vaginally every day to help with pH levels down there. Day 3 of taking these pills, I had one in my hand and was distracted and chatting. Oh God, I'm chatting with my boyfriend. Suddenly the pill was no longer in my hand and I'd just taken a big sip of water. Sorry, I'd taken a big sip of water. My ADHD brain literally couldn't remember if I accidentally took them orally. One moment before, I desperately searched around the room, unsure if I swallowed it out of habit because that's what you do with pills. Yeah, it is. Meanwhile, my BF is laying in the bed with the blanket over his head, sighing loudly as he's in disbelief at my actions. I googled that I must call poison control if the pill is ingested orally. So I did that and explained to the very nice lady at 3 a.m. that I may have taken the pill. She told me this scenario is very common, actually. And they get calls all the time from women who have ingested boric acid. Lol. That made me feel a little bit better. Well, that would, wouldn't it, I suppose. She told me that I may vomit or have diarrhea all night. And if I do, I should go to the emergency room. Bloody hell. Luckily, I've woken up this morning with not even experiencing a tummy ache. Phew.
Phew indeed.
Blimey.
Oh, bollocks.
Oh, bollocks.
I lost my place.
Oh, that one rings a bell. Put the food in the oven almost every day without turning the oven on. From Jessie Catton. Yeah. Yeah, that's a common occurrence, isn't it, actually?
Kate.im. Lost my hairbrush a week ago and just assumed it would show up. Didn't even occur to me to buy a new one till a co-worker suggested it.
And then it was found on a pillow in the middle of the living room.
So this one is from Chloe Jackson from the Neurodivergent Choir, Umbrella a cappella here in Aberdeen.
Put the TV on, left the room to go to another one to get a drink, then heard people and wondered where the noise was coming from, and then remembered I just put the telly on. I think I've done that,
Who's
actually.
that in there?
Yeah, I've freaked myself out once or twice with people talking in the other room.
ADHD coach Catherine says, saying, wow, I'm tired, I better go to bed, then reading some total nonsense until 3 a.m. when I had a 7 a.m. start. Revenge bedtime procrastination or something it's called. Unstoppable_girls_CIC submitted an assignment without really reading it, editing it, etc. Have had to resubmit as it hadn't answered the question. So, panda.2.me had a filling done on Thursdays. I hate dentists anyway, and dental anaesthesia usually doesn't work properly on me. I need about 6 injections to be fully numb, and by that point, I'm numb all the way down my throat. I read somewhere this could be linked to ADHD, but I'm not sure how legit that is. I'm not either. Anyway, so he injects me, starts working away, and tells me I shouldn't feel any pain or sensitivity. I can feel almost everything, but just let him crack on because I didn't want him to be annoyed that the anaesthesia hadn't worked. Like that would be insulting him somehow. Did I just get RSD towards my dentist? That is something I would do. Oh yeah, it's fine. It's totally fine. In agony.
Don't mind me. I'm absolutely fine.
You've done a great job, I promise.
What, Steph Lalor? I don't know if this counts as ADHD, but I accidentally beeped at a hearse yesterday with my 3 friends in a car, slagging the hell out of me afterwards. Yeah, that's... come on, get a move on.
Taking your sweet
time. Why are all these people crying on the side of the road?
Places to be.
Why have they got their hats on their hearts?
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Okay. Lily Brat 1. Whilst getting dressed to go to the gym, I noticed when putting on my gym trousers that I needed to trim my toenails. Instead of doing the sensible thing and pulling my trousers up all the way and then going to trim my nails, I left my trousers pulled up to about knee height and proceeded to waddle around looking for nail clippers to do my nails before I forgot. It was only while trimming them that I realised I could have easily finished putting my trousers on first and that the trousers wouldn't have hindered me at all.
Yeah.
My second ADHD thing was going through the months of the year trying to figure out what day of the week we are on. It didn't help, strangely.
Oh, Love Dies Young?
Yeah.
Made a pint of squash, downed it, poured double-strength squash into glass to make another, got distracted by my hungry cat, saw a dribble of juice in my glass, thought, I'll finish that and make another, only to next straight up double concentration squash. Oh, no.
Ruthie Ellen 54 says, worrying about money all week and how to manage the cost of bills, food, etc. to the point it's been keeping me awake. So this morning I ordered a new iPhone.
Harris and Rosie go wild. Woke up and decided to bleach half my head.
Ella Patterson, I assume, spent 5 hours teaching myself how to make PowerPoint templates for one person at work to make their life easier, but got completely sidetracked and forgot to do my actual job.
Yeah.
People pleasing for the win.
Lentil_strength. Had my shoes by the front door for work. Reminded myself, must grab my shoes on the way out. Got to work and no shoes. Another no shoes story. I have backup shoes in my car. Backup shoes? That's a good shout. So no big deal. Got home after work and shoes are not at the front door. What the fuck? Where the fuck are my shoes? Working theory is I put them on the roof. Oh my God. ADHD likes to add the mystery to our lives. Where are the shoes?
Where are the shoes?
Did you ever find them?
Please
Lentil
tell us.
strength, if you hear this, please clarify.
Rachel Daly started writing something with a deadline and then spent the whole afternoon casting my characters using famous people. This is from our Canny Campaigns.
Canny Campaigns. It's been a bumper crop this week, looking for my glasses when I've got them on, dropping a wireless headphone in the toilet because it was caught in my unbrushed hair, forgetting to pour the water from my cuppa and not realising until I was in the garden with it. I know there are a lot more, but I can't remember that I've been awake since 5.
Oh, bless. Our scary fairy Annie McDonald. While body doubling on Friday morning, I pulled a jumper out the drawer I haven't worn for years because it needed a button halfway down it. So I decided I'd cut the top button off, as that's no good to anyone, and sew it in the gap, only to sew it back in its original place, not one time, but 2.
Wow.
So she re-sewed the button on twice in the wrong place.
In the wrong place.
It off.
Yeah, that's quality. Annie_Banani got off at the wrong train station and wandered around the car park thinking my car had been stolen. Mate, that's got to be horrible. That's such a horrible feeling. When you forget your car in the car park, like you're on the 5th floor and it's parked in the 4th, and you think, oh no, my car's been stolen.
Yeah.
Like, what do I have to do?
All the cars here, mine's been stolen.
Mine's been stolen. Now I've got to call the police. What about the insurance?
Milk and Maple forgot to wear a bra to work on Wednesday. Why not?
So did I.
Another bra one.
Natasha Hansford forgot to put a sports bra on and went for a run around the block. Had to hold my tits down the whole time. Oh, you can edit that bit.
So, crash and burn. This might be quite relatable content, actually, darling. My husband was explaining to me how he was going to build a shed on the side of the house, and I was giving him eye contact the entire time. By the time he was done explaining what he was doing, I asked him where the door would be. He said that was the first thing he told me. Apparently, my brain went on a side quest for half the explanation.
That is incredibly relatable.
I do that a lot.
Yeah.
I try so hard to stay, and it's like sometimes I have to pinch myself to stay present and listen, and I just can't.
I am quite boring though.
It's just,
And I go into detail about things that you couldn't give a shit about.
Absolutely. It's when you're talking about like
Car
how
engines.
a car engine works, and I just don't care.
I only want to say, I know that you won't like really be bothered about it because it doesn't interest you, but I need to say it so that I put it into words so I can understand it. Just to prove to myself that I understand something.
Well, that's great then.
So it helps me.
Fazhan_ says, I lost my keys and found them in my neighbour's hedge.
Brilliant. What's this one? Sarah Weatherly Photo. Forgot I set a timer on my lamp to come on at sunset. Scared the crap out of myself. Yeah. Sort of self-haunting.
Bex216DA remembered I forgot to take my contact lenses out. Forgot I remembered. Put contact lenses in over my forgotten lenses. Couldn't work out why the world was blurred. Thought I'd forgotten to put lenses in. Put another set in. Then realised I had 3 sets in.
3 sets? I bet you could see for miles.
So this is from Anne.Lesser from the York Disability Rights Forum.
I was given £130 on Tuesday. I put it in my pocket and forgot about it. On Thursday, I remembered it existed, but now have 0 idea where it is. Oh, no.
Did you find it?
Did you find it?
I hope you
Please let
found
us
your
know.
£130. Jedi Andy says, I forgot that my youngest turns 2 in 4 days. Should probably do some organising.
Yeah. Ortiz says, had a meltdown and quit my job. Wow, I've done that.
I'm pretty, that's one of my special skills.
Yeah. I
is
just got up and wandered out.
Yeah,
walked
quitting
into my
jobs.
boss's office and said,
"Fuck this,
I'm out, see you later." And
see ya.
they hate when you do that. Everyone's really shocked.
Jules_I_ID says, invited people to stay for the week. Then I remembered that I don't like people.
Yeah. Lizard75 says, I had my hair cut and decided on last minute in the chair to cut it much shorter and get a fringe. I look like Velma from Scooby-Doo.
Abby K Fitness cooked a steak with Mr. Sheen polish thinking it was olive oil.
God. Oh, hang on. Leary D. B. Jurg became obsessed with the 1975, learned all their lyrics, fallen hopelessly in love with their scrawny, dishevelled frontman, actually cried because he will never know who I am, watched a gazillion TikToks of them, checked when they'll be playing near me, picked out my outfit for the show, realised everyone else in the audience would be half my age or younger, contemplated whether I should drop the idea of going to the show, still want to go, started looking for friends who want to come with me.
I hope you got to see them this year, and if not, make it your mission and wear your outfit and be proud.
Yes, you do you.
Yes. Welcome to Genland. Got lost driving to work, a place I've been going to since 2005.
ADHD interior designer says ate 3 meals at a wedding in 6 hours because it was so good. Hashtag dopamine hit, ? My body hates me right now and I took a 3-hour nap this afternoon to recover. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? I once arranged a Christmas meal with work and I hadn't told them that some people weren't coming.
So that you could eat the meals?
No, I forgot that to sort of tell them, and I turned up and there were extra meals, and so I had 2 full Christmas dinners because I felt bad.
It makes me think about the fudge that I kept eating over Christmas, and every time I ate a piece of fudge I'd get such a sugar rush that I'd then crash and fall asleep.
Yeah, you did it several times. You missed an important phone call, didn't you?
Yes, sat bolt upright.
You sat bolt upright waiting for the phone call. I had some fudge while I wait. Had a few bits of fudge, and then when we got back home, it was quiet and dark in the little room we were staying in. Are you all right? Yeah, what? No. Oh shit. Oh, I ate fudge again. That was. Can I just clap? That was the 3rd time you've done that over Christmas. You've had 3 fudge naps.
A fudge crash.
Fudge crashing.
Yeah. I love this one. Joe Spook Show Angel signed up for Cineworld Pass in the middle of the night and sorry, I don't know why this is really funny. Signed up for a Cineworld Pass in the middle of the night and woke up to 20,000 emails of all the films I'd booked.
Oh my God.
Oh, I love a hyperfocus story.
Getting the most out of it. Sal on a Mission says, I've been really into researching my family tree lately. So the other night I ran a hot bath, got in, scrolled over to the Ancestry website. An hour and a half later, I realised the bathwater was cold and I was shivering, but I had found my second cousin twice removed, husband and children. So, yay.
Yay!
That's great.
I don't know if that's Ruth
Yeah, Ruth Tothill.
I met a guy for the second time at a work conference this week. I walked up to him and said, oh my God, I love you. You smoke real cigarettes. I hadn't even said hi or reintroduced myself. I immediately realised what I'd done and tried to express that I realised how inappropriate that was. But I'm sure everyone can guess how well that went.
Jojo Alit says 3 hours on Deliveroo trying to make a dinner decision. 3 hours. That's
a lot.
That's a lot.
Yoga Kim, our Kim Pierpoint, said, lost my slippers every day after my shower. Every day I search the house, all the rooms, upstairs, downstairs to find them in my bathroom. The same thing happened on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. Every day they were in the bathroom. No recollection of finding them each day in the fucking bathroom.
That's
yeah.
It's challenging. Kat says, getting my food shop delivered to my old house. Oh, man. That's, yeah.
That's not as bad as the time when...
we got McDonald's delivered.
Well, we were sat in the parking bay at McDonald's where they come and bring you the food out to you. But for some reason, rather than using the app, Big ordered McDonald's on the Deliveroo app and got it sent to our house in a different part of Scotland.
And it was for 5 people. And a child. It cost me about 60 quid or something.
So we got a picture of just the McDonald's sat on the bench outside our house that we were hundreds of miles away from.
Yeah. And
sat at McDonald's.
Our next door neighbours had a lovely feast. Luckily they were in.
Renton Kate got an overdue notice from the library for the book I borrowed about ADHD.
Body Solutions 702 says, put deodorant on only one armpit. Yeah.
Ali, that's it. Hyper-focused on painting. Spent 6 hours almost without stopping. My back is so sore.
Yeah. My gluten-free journey says, got full-on RSD when I took my child to the trampoline park and got told off for running with my child on a long trampoline that no one else is on and nearly cried. She cried. Then beat myself because it's not normal for a grown woman to shed tears for this reason. Oh, it is. It's not very nice to be told off for things.
You've just got a lot of feelings, love. You're in my camp. It's all right.
Yes. Georgia Yexley says, wiped my skirting boards for an hour before some friends came over. They'll be here soon, and I'm not washed or dressed. But your skirting boards, beautiful.
Spotless. Becca Copter played Animal Crossing for 54 hours.
54 hours, that's good. I hope not in one sitting. You need to have some food and rest between.
So actually, this social media sister was the hero of last year's Most ADHD Thing of the Year, with just having multiple incredible entries. So this is a corker, as they always are.
Is it for me to read out?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm lucky. Fallen in love, making plans for Christmas, got the ick 3 days later. Oh, God. Oh, God. Also lost my purse and found it in the plate cupboard and went missing at a gig and got a lump on my head from falling out of bed.
There you go.
That's
never a dull moment.
Never a dull moment.
Blah, blah, cha. Mine is a great one this week. After trying and failing and forgetting to renew my now expired driving licence, I remembered again, just as I was about to drive from Bournemouth to Cardiff, for my impulse bought Harry Styles tickets. Had to get my mum to take my car on the 6-hour round trip as I wasn't insured.
Savvy Vision says, I listen to Love is a Battlefield on repeat. It's my favourite tune at the moment.
It's an absolute tune. And to be honest, you know, I'm totally with you. I'm sure I've done that as well with that tune, just sucking all the dopamine out of it. On repeat for like about a week. So this is from Dream Walls, our Hannah Huxford, the wonderful ghost of Christmas past. Wiped down the equipment at the gym, then put the dirty paper towel back where the cleaning antibacterial product was and walked out the gym with the cleaning spray, to be chased down the stairs by the gym instructor saying I'd left the paper towel and could they have their spray back.
Well, at least you're spraying it down. Some people don't.
That's very true. She's courteous, just
Very
a little
courteous.
forgetful.
Yes. Is that Gillian B?
I think so.
Instead of using an actual stool/step to climb up, I mountain goated up on top of a unit. I then fell through the unit, breaking it, bruising both my feet, my knees, and giving myself a fat lip. Did I learn anything? No.
Another one from Annie Banani. My assignment for my master's was done in 2 days.
Wow.
Yeah, I wrote my dissertation in a week, I think.
Odyssey of the Lion Calligraphy says, loading the dishwasher and making coffee at the same time. Ended up pouring my coffee grounds in the soap dispenser for the dishwasher. Well, yeah.
Very awake clothes.
Very. Dishes.
Oh, dishes, yeah. Well, that. Brit needs dough. For the past month, I've been researching skateboarding and learning all about what type of board I should buy and what are the best beginner's tricks to learn, in brackets, I'm 43. Just as I was about to buy one, a video popped up of someone playing the banjo and I thought, I've always wanted to play the banjo. On to the next hyperfixation. Well, at least she didn't buy the board.
Who have we got here? Sophie Bartrip Art says, getting an £800 fine for not filling out my tax form correctly, which is ironic given I don't make enough to pay tax. Yes.
So this is your reminder, peeps. Tax returns need to be done by next month, isn't it?
Yes.
And you know, I said last time I did my tax return, I said, I am never, ever doing this again. I'm going to have help in place. I'm going to have somebody help me do this next time. Have I sorted it out?
No.
No, I have not. Oh, I love this. So Poppy_cat. I was making up bottles at work and poured a full kettle of water in the bin instead of the bottles. I don't know why that's so funny. It's just the image of like, just pouring a full boiling kettle into the bin.
Just throw a few tea bags in there, wouldn't you, and have bin tea.
Oh!
No. Who's this? Cirque Joel says, I tried to fill my vape with sunscreen. Wow.
Sun Project 1 was washing my hands with a bar of soap and it flung out my hands and landed in the toilet. Again, not necessarily an ADHD thing, but humorous.
Humorous, exactly. Well, that's what this is.
Laugh.
Yes. Yeah, caught laundry.
Went to the bathroom to wash my face, decided I needed to blow my nose first, went in my room to get a tissue, blew my nose, went back into the bathroom and threw my tissue into the laundry pile and my face wash in the bin. What just happened?
A lot.
A lot happened.
Moles 44 saying, I had my partner's headache. No. What?
I made.
All right.
Well, it wouldn't make sense.
Oh, no, let me just reread it. No, that's not right.
You're so hot.
Can I start again? I'm a hot man.
Really hot.
I'm like a human boiler. Just start again.
Yeah.
Moles 44 says, I made my partner's headache about me. He had a headache and was quiet and not talking as much. So obviously he's mad at me and just won't come out and say it. Yeah, that's sort of relatable as well, actually.
Totally relatable, isn't
I'm
it?
not feeling so great. Great, what have I done?
What is it now? Why won't you just tell me?
Why won't you tell? It's not up to much. Oh my God, why do you hate me so much?
It makes me think of that really funny meme, which is Alice looking up at the Cheshire Cat in the tree, and the cat says, "We're all mad here," and she's like, "At me?"
Yeah, yeah.
Those really shit daydreams.
Really
Okay,
shit
yeah,
daydreams.
every time. Flouncing about, told my sister I would gather some information on sobriety for her, went down a bunny hole, and a few days later, I now know far too much about how monkeys get drunk in the wild. That's
great. Did you see the video of the squirrel that ate the slightly fermented apples on the garden?
No.
And it was a drunk squirrel. That's
just like staggering about.
Yeah, he was fine. Apparently, I don't know. I wasn't there.
Off his nuts.
Whee.
Cinders, this wise old elf.
Yes, walked round Tesco with an armful of goods, struggling not to drop anything, all while I had a basket hanging on my arm.
Shelley Rogers, 786, on the phone to someone, then frantically looking around the house saying, "Fuck, I've lost my phone," to realise I'm on it.
Yeah.
I have it to my ear.
That's the worst, isn't it?
Lentil Strength, forgot my towel for my post-run shower at work. Good news is, using the hand dryer on your bottom half whilst using the hair dryer on your top half works well. Bad news is that these were in front of a mirror and no one needs to see that much of their own body jiggle.
What have we got here? Life of Emza says, open the air fryer to find a meat pie in it from 10 days ago. I'd clearly forgotten about.
Coffee, yes, and blank stares. Our Kimmy walked in and out of the bathroom a grand total of 9 times because I couldn't remember why I went in there in the first place.
Oh, God. Sarah Weatherly Photo says, looked in my handbag for an app. That's good, isn't it?
Yeah. So put it in here somewhere.
I've tried to swipe on real books and things, like pinch and zoom on stuff that is just a piece of paper. Left the hot water tap in the kitchen running whilst I went to the shops. Came back to an absolute sauna. Probably a huge gas bill, yeah. Yeah. Who have we got here? This is Cinders, the wise old elf, says, left my car at work even though I had to walk right past it. I once parked in the office car park, walked out of work, walked a sort of long way round to the other car park, got all the way to the top floor, thought I'd lost my car, and then remembered I'd parked it in the office car park, so I had to walk all the way back through the car park to the office to then get to the back of and I'd sneaked out like 15 minutes early. That'll learn ya. Yeah. Maybe _ADHD_. Spent hours researching training as a plasterer and setting up a business as a niche female plastering pro just because we had some replastering done yesterday. Another one from Hannah Huxford. Got up early on my day off with good intentions to make the most of it. 4 hours later, got nothing done. Just sat here scrolling. Mental paralysis is real. Yeah. Paige Killy says, put off my coursework for 3 weeks. Plan to do it all this weekend. Have done nothing so far, and it's due Tuesday. I won't feel the time pressure until Monday night. Nope. And that was a while ago, so I hope you got it done. Of course you did. She would have felt that pressure breathing down the neck on the Monday night and got it done. Done her best work. My thoughts into words. I opened the fridge and tried to hang my coat inside. Brilliant. Weds X 2003 says, bought a tens machine, the tennis elbow. I already have two. I'm assuming that's two machines, not two tennis elbows.
Well, you don't know.
Maybe you need more?
One for each.
Per elbow?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anna Spanner _83. It took 3 washing cycles and 2 days to hang a load of washing out.
Yeah.
Actually, Earth Bitch, I just want to say Earth Bitch has her profile picture of the sexy gremlin. And I have a funny story that I can only half tell about the sexy gremlin, but I basically turned down quite an important work contract because the person that I sent the email to didn't laugh at the fact I sent them a picture of the sexy gremlin.
Oh, yeah.
I can't work under these conditions. If somebody can't laugh at the sexy gremlin, I'm out, guys. Yeah. I'm out.
So, Earth Bitch is a sexy gremlin.
A girl of my own heart.
A girl of her own heart. Says, boiled an egg and then opened the cutlery drawer to get a little holder for it. Oh, we've said this one already. Open the cutlery drawer and half that egg was still there.
The egg was still there, even the second time.
The second time around, that egg is still in that drawer. Hook Julia.
Hook Julia. Put the tea bag in the kettle rather than the mug and wondered why the water was coming out brown.
Oh, wow. Who have we got here? Rainbow Fairy says, went to have a bath and saw a bit of dirt between the tiles. Yeah, I see where this is going. So I started to clean it off. Spent the next 3 hours cleaning the bathroom tiles. Had to pick up my daughter then, so didn't get to have a bath in the end.
No.
I bet your tiles looked immaculate, though.
Yeah. Casey Sunday. I love having cereal at night, but I've been sad for 2 days because I can't remember to buy milk. I'll remind myself, I'll set reminders on my phone, but I never actually get the milk. Then I go for the cereal and finally remember that I don't have milk.
Oh, no.
Sad times. Reloving Rachel. Just got to work and realised I haven't put my trousers on.
No way. Oh. Curious _truckle went to quickly print off, I think that's the key word, quickly print off a form from my computer, got distracted and spent 2.5 hours drawing a plant on Illustrator instead. Yeah, I can relate. Little Star Explores says, I needed to sort stuff for the charity shop, so I batch cooked bolognese and made a hot pot naturally.
Obviously. Okay, so now we've got a couple from Discord. So our Lizzie Oliver from the ADHDAF online peer support community, treasured community members. Lizzie says, I went to drop some stuff at a charity shop yesterday and they asked me my name and my pause was so long before I answered that all the girls behind the till were laughing their heads off. I think the woman who was asking for the details thought I was giving her fake info as she asked me to repeat everything. She forgot her name.
I hate doing it. Yeah, I get that. HTML Queen says, I was driving home from work and there were cars beeping at me. I thought they were being rude and I heard someone shouting. Oh, God, what's happened? So I turned up my podcast as it was stressing me out. This is the ADHD Lou and Luland episode as a side note. I waited at traffic lights and then as soon as I set off, I heard more beeping. So I assumed someone must be driving slowly or being a dick. Then a lorry swerved in front of me and sounded its horn. And then 40 minutes into my drive, I realised it was pitch black and I was driving with no lights.
Maz loses stuff. Fuck my fucking life. That's such a good way to start a Most ADHD thing. Pulled door shut this morning. Thought immediately I've left my house key. Checked when in car. No key to be found. Text landlady to ask for spare key pickup later today. Landlady obliges. Obviously drove directly home and sat outside wondering what was niggling me. Remembered and drove to pick up spare keys. Got home to find my key in the fucking door. The postie had left a parcel inside my house because I had left my fucking keys in the fucking door. Okay, so this is the one that I couldn't find, but I remembered because it made me laugh so much that I can actually remember it. So apologies to the person who put this forward because I can't remember who it was and I can't find it. But this lady, she'd taken her dog for a walk and still had the plastic bag with the poo in it in her hand, I believe. But she was making the dog's dinner, subplot. And she ended up putting the dog's dinner, it was chopped liver she was cooking for the dog's dinner, wasn't it? She put the chopped liver in the bin and put the poo in the fridge.
Oh, yeah.
The runner-up for favourite Most ADHD thing is from our Jacob, ADHD Father UK. I spent hours making a pig nativity costume for my son and then read the initial letter from the school, which said they only want us to provide a pink t-shirt and they will not take costumes this year. I now have a full pig costume with absolutely no use for it. I think that we should find a use for your pig costume, Jacob. I'll let you know for the next tour.
Yeah.
No pig costume left unused. Okay, so.
Could it be modified to fit?
Yeah.
Me?
My favourite Most ADHD Thing story of the year is this. So this is from Mark Henry, who I had the pleasure of meeting at the first show of the Christmas tour in Birmingham. So Mark, with the C, is a DJ, a very good DJ, no less. So Mark hyperfocused so hard on playing the perfect set that he didn't realise it was now midnight on New Year's Eve and he hadn't done a countdown. And he actually got approached by somebody. I can't remember. He did tell me. I think it might have been Mixmag. He got approached to do an interview and he was really excited about it, only to find out that that was what they wanted to interview him about. So Mark is a brilliant DJ. Just perhaps don't ask him to play tonight. And on that note, what is the most ADHD thing you've done this year, darling?
Oh, I think I've probably said most of them already. The parking the car in the work garage was like incredibly frustrating. It was it was awkward. I genuinely had to avoid people. Like I'd gone out the back way and sort of gone out the front door and then and then I had to come back through and it was just awful because people were there, so I sort of had to walk round the long way to go to the back of the office.
It's a bit like if you go for a handshake and you get it wrong and then you have to do something with your hands.
Do something with your hands.
It's a bit like that.
Or you say goodbye to somebody as you're walking along the street because you think you're going to go your separate ways and you just
keep walking in the same direction.
Keep walking in the same direction next to each other. Right, see you then. So one of you has to. It was that sort of level of awkwardness, and it just really. I wasn't late for anything. It was just I was being a bit of a dick.
Yeah. So that's great. So mine is, I'm going to share this. It feels like a massive boast, but I think it's quite important in the context of the podcast and this weird transitional time and moving into a new chapter of ADHDAF going solo. I have talked many times about the fact that I have dyscalculia. I'm also, as part of that, I'm not very good at actually even quantifying numbers. So like an example would be if I was at a party and there were more than about 15 people, I wouldn't really be able to tell you whether there'd been 20 people or 100 people in the room. I can't quantify numbers very well. So this became very apparent the other day, just before the tour, when I'd spent all this time freaking out with the RSD, worried that nobody's going to listen anymore. I'm on a sinking ship and what am I doing? And it's all awful and all the rest of it. And somebody posted their podcast stats for the year. And this is a successful podcaster, a really good podcaster. I'm not going to name who. They put up their podcast stats and it reminded me to go and look at the ADHDAF podcast stats. So this is just on Spotify, like the Spotify Wrapped. And when I put the two sets of numbers together, I was so overwhelmed by the difference that I just started to cry because I just hadn't been able to quantify it in my mind. It was something like however many listeners, however many top 5 people put you in their top 5 of the podcast. Theirs was something like 2,000 people, which is amazing. Yeah. And ADHDAF's was something like 54,000 people. Yeah. And it really, really, really freaked me out because I just became completely overwhelmed. So what I'm going to do going forward for this new year is to just accept that people are listening and accept that the podcast will do well. It's not going to crash and burn, and to just try and understand how many people are actually listening. Because even though I've stated like, oh, we've got 1 million downloads or whatever else, I've never actually been able to quantify what that looks like because that's just one of many podcasting platforms with that many people listening.
Yeah.
And actually, so I've promised myself that I'm going to knock the negative talk on the head for 2024. I'm not going to wake up a new person tomorrow, but I'm going to actively practice not being so down on myself, feeling a bit more deserving. And I'm not going to put out any more content on the podcast until I've got my ducks in a row. So I don't know when that's going to be. I can't make any promises, but obviously I'll be itching to do it. So it will spur me into action to get the support that I need and make the plans, because there are changes afoot in the community and on the podcast going forward. So I need to get all of those ducks in a row and I will be back. But I just want to say thank you so much for everything this year, for everyone that's come to the live shows, for everyone who's listened to the podcast, who's shared the podcast, who's reviewed, hit those stars, everyone who's donated to the Buy Me a Coffee page, who's bought merchandise from our handmakers, Steph and Rebecca, of Working Class, and all the discos for supporting small businesses, to everyone, who's come to any of the live shows. And I just honestly cannot say thank you enough to everyone who's joined the community. Like, we've got a real little family going on there, and I absolutely love it. And I know that that is making a difference to their lives and is making a difference to my life. And I'm just super grateful. And I just want to say to anybody who's been to the Christmas shows will know my miserable story about Christmas time 2021. And I really was very lucky to see January 2022. And I just want everyone to know that if you are struggling, you are not alone, and that your best days are not behind you. There is support out there. You can reach out for support. I will put a link in the blurb of this episode to some different resources and places to reach out, and know that you're not alone. We're all in this together. And ADHD, it can get us in some ridiculous situations, but we have each other and we can laugh at it. And when we need support, we can lean in and we can support each other. And I really look forward to coming back to you at some point very soon and updating you on the ADHDAF Make It Count campaign that we can all pull together and make change happen, because I really believe that we can. And I'm just super grateful. Shut up now.
Yeah.
You got anything to add?
I'm just happy to be here. No, I have actually. Thank you. Well done, you. I think you should be incredibly proud of what you've achieved. And
stop it.
Numbers. No, it's true. Numbers are numbers, and they are difficult to quantify. You know, I'm used to looking at sort of pictures of red London buses next to dinosaurs. That's how I understand size. But yeah, it is difficult to see that, and I think everyone listens and supports and gets involved and does what they do, and just by listening and downloading and things, and sort of, you know, giving you and everyone the sort of platform that you have developed. It's fantastic and amazing. You should be supremely proud of everything you've done, and I'm very excited for next year and what it's going to bring. I think there's going to be some interesting stuff going on. I think there's challenges ahead and really and fun times. And I'm really excited to sort of be along for the ride.
Thank you, darling. We'd be lost without you. There'd be no ADHDF without this man. So, thank you, darling. And it's a year of body doubling on the 8th of January.
Amazing.
So
it's incredible.
If you want to join us, there's a group of us people that get up at 7:00, set a timer for 1 hour and 11 minutes and support each other into the day and get our shit done. So there'll be more coming. There's going to be support pods that are going to be run by Ali. There's all sorts coming up. And come and join the community, because it really is such a special place where we've all made friends and really support each other. And if you can't afford to join, then don't worry, because there are free services elsewhere. There are all sorts of Facebook groups. There are Discord servers that are free. It's just that for me, I've spent 18 months of my life pouring out a lot of free content. So the podcast will still be free and the social media will still be free, but the community is a paid for service. But there are different tiers, and if you can't afford to join up, please don't worry, there are free support networks out there all over the internet.
Yes.
So I don't know how to end this now.
Happy New Year.
That works. Happy New Year, everybody. Please take care of yourselves and remember to laugh at the ridiculous situations. If you come up against it, just write your Most ADHD thing on the page and connect with others who totally get it. A load of like-minded legends.
I have had an idea.
Go on, darling.
And this is thanks to Mark with a C. How about
oh God.
we as a community, the Leopard Print Army, we celebrate New Year's Eve at midnight.
Yes. So let's all raise a glass to Mark. At midnight.
At 0:15 hours. That would be wonderful.
That would be wonderful. All right. Happy New Year, you legends. Thank you for everything. And be back ASAP. I just said ASAP. I don't want to end on that.
So yeah, let's end it on ASAP.
Such a dick.
As soon as possible.
Pronto.
It's pretty quick, pretty damn quick.
Stop it.
Is this speedy enough for you?
Right. Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.